Hello, and welcome to the Connecting Point. I am Dr. Marcy Simmons, your facilitator on this discussion platform this evening. And this is for creators who desire to connect, inspire, share ideas to change the world through their creativity. Tonight, we're in for a treat. Yes, indeed. And I am so excited because this young man, I've been knowing him from way back. Might have been first grade, was it?
It was, first.
Yeah, it was back there, way back. But I'm going to let him tell you more about who he is. We are here with Shun Hendrix. Yay! He's on pins and needles because he knows I will call him by his birth name in any given time.
Man, do all that, say it. What's going on? My name is Shun Hendrix. I am an R&B singer. I've been doing this all my life. This lovely lady that I'm talking to right now was one of the people who truly inspired me at a young age to literally pursue my passion in music, which I still love to do to this day. And it's gotten me so far to me meeting people of the likes of P. Diddy, Justin Bieber, and so on and so on and so on. And I'm still continuing to grow, building my fan base. I'm about to drop a new project called Love Taps, which is coming very, very wrapped it up. Now I'm working on my second project as well. So I'm just trying to keep as much content and just build that fan base and continue to grow. Cause that next level ain't nothing but a door knock away. You know what I mean?
Right. And so that's what we're all here. We're here for. We're here to encourage some young person out there to pursue their dreams through using their creative means and what they've been gifted with. And I want to start this platform, this discussion tonight, actually, by you telling us, how old are you?
I am 2 years of age.
You're how old?
22.
22. Okay. 22 years of age. And he did not start there. I can tell you a story right now. And I'm going to. I remember this young man was in the chorus and honor chorus. And I used to put him in my car, he and my son Jamari, drive them to rehearsal. Well, this particular day, we had to sing at the Atlantic Station. Do you know what I'm about to tell them?
Bring back.
At the Atlantic Station in the ATL. And we were actually performing for the actors of Perfect Holiday. Queen Latifah, Gabrielle Union, okay? And what's his name? Morris Chestnut. And
like it was yesterday. Wow,
this young man, he got me. Couldn't find him. I was like, where is Christmas? Because that's what I called you. Yes, I did. I couldn't find him. So we were looking around. This young man was in the face of Gabrielle Union, telling her he could sing. And of course she said, well, go with it. And he stood there in front of her and ripped. Okay. So that is just one story of many. Okay. He is the one that I could call on when an event was happening that I wasn't quite ready to bring the chorus out. I knew he was ready, so I might go get him for a school event and say, just sing a solo, please. But just to give you a little history of what kind of person this is, he's a go-getter. He's never been, that I can remember, shy about what he does. But I want you to talk about, it's so hard for me to say Shun, but I'm going to say Shun. I want you to talk about the road to getting to where you are now. And where were you inspired? When did it start? Let's start there. When were you inspired to pursue singing R&B music for the stars, the whole nine? Just tell us.
Okay, so for people who don't know, I was born on the west side of Georgia. So I was like Bankhead and all that. So a lot of people that like truly inspired me, like the main two were T.I. and Usher. And at the time, you know, I was like 4 or 5 years old, so I didn't really know what was really going on. But I just remember hearing this song on the radio. It was Usher, "You don't got a car, it's okay, girl.
Yeah.
I'm right tonight." And I remember just singing that in the car. My mom was like, "What the?"
I know what your mama said. I know your mama.
You know what I mean? And it didn't like I would be doing like singing it to all my teammates' moms and everything like and it's crazy enough because my grandfather was the first person like to point it out to my mom and she didn't believe it, not even far. And I just remember one day leaving practice, I was so tired, and that same song came on again, and I told my mom, I said, "You know what, Mom? I want to be an entertainer. I want to be an artist. I want to be like Usher." And she looked at me. She was like, because you know at that time, you know, you're a kid, you probably just cried their face. That's what she was assuming. Little did she know. Little did she know. But I just remember just like saying to myself that this is something I really want to do. Like when I saw that urban legend billboard going down Bankhead, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Like, and even in the end result, I still want to find some way to give back to my community that helped start and inspire this young cat. You know what I mean? But I definitely do remember just like being out there on the football field, just singing to moms. Like I love the attention. I love the eyes drawn, and it became such a, you know, I wouldn't say an addictive feeling, but it became a joyful feeling because it's something that God gave me to like for the enjoyment of others, and it just feels nice that I can share that gift with as many people as I can and experience so much. I've experienced so much. My years in this business, some good, some bad, and some that I say, you know what? If I had to do it again, I'd do it again.
Now, you know, there are so many young people out here that they know they have some type of talent or gift, and it may not look like everybody else's. And they're apprehensive about sharing it with the world. What can you tell them today about going ahead and sharing what they have imagined themselves to be? Because I really believe it starts with an imagination.
I mean,
You know?
actually, in the world that we live in today, you know, it's a rough one because a lot of people are so sensitive about their creations, and so now it's made it more problematic with people trying to share because they're so sensitive. And you know, a lot of people are very deceiving, and you know, could, you know, take what they created, the joy that they created, and turn it into something of their own and gain from their own profit, and it just, you know, makes people feel eerie.
Yeah.
And I get it. I 100% get it because I've been in situations where I've had a record from a producer and I mess around and hear that same song by some artist who already done put it out, shot a video to and everything. And I'm just like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
You're just gonna, it's nothing. One thing I've learned in my 22 years of living, nothing in this life is ever just gonna be easy. You're going to have some sort of friction, struggle, heartache, pain. You're going to want to throw your head in the wall. You're going to want to just scream to the top of your lungs. You're going to be stressed. You're going to go through so much, but at the end of it, the beauty of the journey is the reward because you bust your behind so much. Like me personally, I know for a fact, I still got some ways to go and I'm trying to get there as soon as I possibly can, but I do understand that this is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that I have longevity in my career, point blank period.
Well, who actually, I know you said Usher, T.I., those type of people inspired you, but who in your close circle inspired you the most? Because we all have somebody that's closely attached to us, that we're connected to, that keeps us moving. They might not even be in the same arena we're in, but for some reason they inspire us to continue to pursue our dreams. Who in that circle of people inspired you the most?
As a kid, it would have been my mom. It was like hands down, no other individual could ever push me and like make me understand the seriousness of barking on. It was my mom when I was a kid. Yeah. Now it's, you know, it's my mom, it's my girl, it's my bros, it's the people that I've entrusted around me. and it all stemmed from me just being a genuine person and everybody wanting the best for everybody around them, point blank period. I really realized it truly matters who you have around you. Your circle really defines those paths that you choose to take.
And you know, you mentioned your mother, and one thing that I remember about your mother, and I so admired, I watched her come to that school on a daily basis to check on her children. She worked 3 jobs at some time with a lack of sleep. I watched her do it. Am I telling the truth, Shun?
You're telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I watched her do it. And she was determined. She was determined to support her children, whatever they wanted to do. And she would seek advice when it was necessary, because I remember her coming to me when it was, you know, you were thinking about grand hustle and seeking some advice.
That moment in my life was just so chaotic and so unbelievable to a lot of people that it still didn't even register at that time. Like, I vividly remember, like, that whole week, it was as if, like, it was so fast. Like, do you mind if I tell the story?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I remember back in, I think it was like 08, 09, and I was with a friend of mine's. The irony to this story is that on this day, my mother told me, she said, on the day that I met T.I., she was actually going to tell me she could no longer fund my dream anymore. So it's so crazy how life can go. But I remember being backstage because, you know, my friends, they were, you know, I would say they had some connections with Young Jeezy at the time, so to speak. And I remember being back there and I seen Tip and his entourage walk up and I just ran up to him. Like, nothing in my body said, stop, wait, look. I just ran. And I stopped him and I said, Tip, I want to be on your label. I want to be your hustle. I can sing. What do I need to do? And if trying to hear me out, because, you know, at that time he was dealing with, you know, court things, you know, ankle monitors and such. But ironically enough, something was going on at the door and the security like went inside and closed it. I got in front of the door and blocked it and said, bro, you're not getting
That's you.
you're not getting into your music. He looked at me. I'm 11 at the time. And he laughed so hysterically. And he said, you know what, little man, do your thing. And I started singing and his eyes got so big. And he said, you know what, little man. He grabbed me by my shoulder. He said, you know what, little man, I'm about to change your life forever. And I'm like, wow. It's been a hell of a roller coaster, if I do say so myself.
Well, you were, and you still are, you're a risk taker, and you were aggressive about what you wanted. You saw it, you imagined it, and you believed it so much so that you pursued it, you know, at all costs. So I just want you to talk a little bit about, too, you tapped on it a little bit in what you said before about the importance of who you're connected with. And some young person out there needs to hear the importance of looking at who you're connected with, who you might need to cut off to get to where you're going. And sometimes that might be family, okay? So if you will please tap into that a little bit about the connection.
Crazy enough, when I got signed to Ground Hustle, my whole dad side of the family just got ugly. Like, I saw a different perspective of people. Mind you, these same people that smile and kiki in my face, but telling me I won't achieve this dream, then I actually achieved the dream. It's like, oh, he actually did it. Oh, he actually did it. And, you know, some people feel, you know, what they feel, whether it's envy, jealousy, or, you know, people just, you know, kind of like hate the fact that, like, man, I wish it was me, which is understandable. Like, you know, you're human. You're going to feel those type of things. I just don't think it justifies us, you know, messing up a good relationship, though. Like, no. I me personally, I'm that guy that tries to save everybody, which I'm learning to not do. My girl's helping me to learn how to just let things let be. But like I've had managers, like, I think the worst one was when I had a manager. I was 18 at the time, and he had spent so much money into me, and I felt bad because, you know, he had lost his apartment. And I just remembered saying to myself, like, man, their daughter going to be, you know, out in the street. Like, I would do it. Like in my mind, like that's what I was thinking. So I was like, I'm gonna do it, for the sake of the daughter. And things went downhill. I have an eviction on my credit, and it's terrible. But luckily, it was when I was young, so it's gonna be off a little bit.
Yes, your screen went away. Okay, back.
But for the most part, like those are the type of uglies that I've had to deal with in this industry. And it's the crazy part about it. It never came at the expense of Grand Hustle. It never ever came at the expense of Grand Hustle, which was so hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
And those people who I consider my family now, like Tip's right-hand man is literally my goddad. Like he was somebody that really like influenced me and raised me and showed me how to be a man, you know what I'm saying? And guided me in this wild industry that I'm in. Cause it's beautiful on the outside, but sometimes, you have your fear factors.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But it's okay, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have more highs than lows if you have the right people around you.
Right. Now, what about this, which I think a lot of people get into a little trouble with it, funding your dream. Good advice.
Okay. I gotta listen to that.
Some people say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna do that, and I don't need to work a regular job. I'm just gonna do that. Can you give a little insight on what it takes to fund your dream?
This is all I'm gonna have to say. If you are not a hustler, do not embark in music unless you just come from a rich family. If you are not a hustler, don't do it. Just I rather flip burgers at McDonald's or deliver pizza for Domino's before you step into this, because at the end of the day, like I remember at one point when I would first get out of high school, I was at my closest friend's house, and we were sitting on the couch and thinking to ourselves, how are we going to get some money? And at that time, I was driving my mom's Camry. I had a penny in my savings and 5 cents in my check-ins. Was the worst. I'm talking, I had a quarter tank of gas. I'm like, man, I only got one trip, and that's to get home. And fast forward now, I graciously, gratefully, and blissfully work at the Trap Music Museum. My goddad is one of the managers and operators of it. So I got a job there, and I took that job and started to make a business for my friends, my close friends. So now all of us are, we're eating well. We're eating well this time.
And I haven't been there yet. I've got to make a trip to the Trap Museum. I love God, but I love trap music too.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Get your little wine and dine. You know what I'm saying?
You know
what? You more expensive. You come on Thursday. Get some champagne.
I need to come on Thursday. What time I need to get there?
Lord, don't get it on Thursdays. I can help you on the weekend. Thursdays out of my control. I'm just telling you. But for the most part, though, I do agree you have to fund your dreams. Like nothing in this business is cheap. Like right now, I pay $150 a month just for marketing on Facebook. I have friends who are very knowledgeable in that field who help me and assist me on making sure I get the proper Spotify placements, whether I get the proper, blog placements, whether I get the most exposure and gain the most fans. Like one thing I was taught is what is a retained fan, and he showed me. And he showed me, hey, when a fan stops at this particular point, it shows you when a fan stops at this particular point, it tells you who was engaged, what's your engagement, is it high, is it low, the percentage, the ratings. I had to get educated on it, and that's money for, because it's not cheap.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. You do have to educate yourself. You just can't go out there thinking you're going to do something and you haven't done your research. And I run into a lot of people that are that way. They are, I'm going to do this, and then I ask a question. Well, did you research it? No, I'm just going to do it. Well, you cannot get very far in life doing anything without research.
I feel like those type of people don't have good people around them.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to. I'm like me being 22 and just learning from so much that I've experienced. It really just matters who you have around, because some people can literally just sort of say, bro, I love you, but this ain't it, dog. You should try something else.
Yeah, but that it is, something that our young people are lacking that I think you all had, your generation, which are the millennials, you all had guidance, you know, but there's a lot of, what do they call them now? The X generation. Is it the X generation that people have forgotten and not trained them and shown them how to do the research that they need to get their dreams and their vision out there. So
You're definitely right about the guidance part. It's funny you bring this up because I was talking to my girl and we were driving, you know, through this whole pandemic, and it dawned on me it's summertime. I'm like, why don't kids go outside anymore?
right.
I'm like, bruh, you couldn't keep me in the house. I'm playing hide and seek, knock knock. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm out. Like, I don't want to be inside. I'm inside, boring. You ain't doing nothing but watch TV.
Your imagination. I remember Christmas, you didn't know, well, here we go, Christmas. Shun, you didn't know this, but your younger brother,
Oh, God.
he loved to dance. You remember that?
I do.
Okay. And I think when he was in kindergarten or first, I just used to let it rip. And, and his imagination was so large. And that's what our children have been missing. They have been missing the innocence and just using your imagination. Here I am, I'm 49. And I still have to use my imagination to get my creativity out. So I said that because I even see a picture of your brother dancing like he was Michael Jackson one minute, and the Temptations the next.
The Temptations. I knew that was coming.
But I mean, that's how important it was. You all use your imagination. And something else I want to mention is humbleness. I remember a time, well, you did this quite often in elementary school. I would come to work with all my bags, and I remember coming in the classroom one day, it was like 7:15, you were already in my room, and you were cleaning the boards, and you were just saying, you talked to me that day about being on Grand Hustle. I think you were in 4th grade, if I'm not mistaken. And I said to you, keep God first and stay humble. And you said, what does that mean? And I remember telling you what that meant. Do you remember that?
I do not.
You remember? But I remember it.
First for me.
But he used to come in the classroom and help me. You don't remember helping me, Chris?
I definitely remember sweeping them floors and goddamn wiping off the keyboards and spraying goddamn boards and wiping that off.
Gosh. But and I'm so proud of you and all the things you've done. But I do know your work ethic came from your mama. I know that because that lady works. You hear me?
Oh, trust me, we found that out. I'd say maybe about 2 years ago when I was like, I saw my mom just working hard so much, and I was like, bump it. If she in the mud, I'm in the mud with her. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, baby. Cranking it out. Let's go.
But she's a hard worker, and so that support for you coming up to be who you are, the young man you are now, and I will say you are a respectable young man.
Thank you, graciously.
Who puts out beautiful music. You know, I'm a fan myself. Yes, I am.
Thank you.
And with that being said, I want you to share your awesome gift with our listeners today. Choose whatever you want. This platform is free.
All right, let's see here. All right, hold on. I'm gonna play you something off the project that I'm about to release. Lord, hold on one second. I got a little. My bros are over today, so they're just enjoying the fact that they in the crib. Hold on. All right, here we go. So this first song I'm about to play for you guys is like a personal favorite of mine. It gives like a groovy feel. Like if you can remember Bruno Mars's album, 24 Karat.
Yeah.
It gives that type of. Check this out. Come on with it.
Tell me what it has to be. I try so hard for you to understand me. But you don't wanna see me go. But I don't know. You don't know what's before. You got to know I got you, baby. I know you know I drive you crazy. Now what we plan when we started this, but we can call it quits. Cause it's on the cruise.
That's chill music.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we roll it out? Do you mind if I hold you down? 'Cause I'm trying to even if we gotta burn it out, do you mind if I hold you down? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real chill music. I like that.
Yes, man. Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I got a good little throwback for you. This is
Okay.
I think you're gonna remember this sample. Hold on.
Okay.
Pulling it up for you right now. And I got a producer. His name is Street Eye. Shout out to Tanner. He's like one of the phenomenal engineers and producers I've met, just like your son.
I know you hate, I heard about it. Didn't think it was true. Cause everything you've done to me, did it right to you. I know you don't wanna hear it, but I'ma see it loud and clear. Wasn't great on the other side, now you shed a tear. I heard it through the grapevine, you ain't doing too fine. I should've known better, cause but you be dead now. You came in and he let you down. And it ain't that much to say. The pain is coming back your way. And it goes around, comes back around. And we falsify, get our ups and downs. And our words change nothing, babe. And she gave. You get me.
Yeah. Yeah. I like. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, you know, I'm not going to let you get off this platform till you hit a little bit. Just for me now, because this was one of my groups back in college. I'm catching you off guard now. I need a little taste of Jodeci. Can you come up with something? Give me something.
Let me see.
I'm fiending something. I know you can do it.
For so very long.
Yay.
Trying to get my nerve built up to be so strong. I really want to meet you, but I'm kinda scared. 'Cause you're the kind of lady with so much class. I get my thoughts together for the very next day. But then I see you, lady, I forget what to say. Your eyes in here, such a beautiful tone. The way you dress and walk, it really turns me on, yeah.
Oh, come and talk to me. Yes, I like that. Come and talk to me. Listen, that group right there. Woo.
Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Most
I have really enjoyed this tonight. But
It's been
but I
amazing.
do want you to, before we end this, I want you to give some words of inspiration, encouragement to some young person out there who needs to hear that it's not too soon, it's not too late to pursue your dreams.
I'll say this. You can't put a time on things you want to achieve because everything happens in God's time, not yours. And also remember that nothing, not a darn thing is given to you. You have to go and get it.
There you
By
go.
any means necessary.
There it is. And listen, I'm not going to even piggyback off that because that's what it is. By any means necessary. That means making the right connections, cutting some folk off. Okay?
Yes.
So, thank you so much, Shun Hendrix.
Thank you, Miss Simmons.
Don't be a stranger. I want to see your face when you come to the DVille.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to have to answer to me now.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you go, though, can you drop where somebody can contact you if they want you for
Yes, ma'am.
singing engagement? Or they want, now, this young man, if you call him or reach out to him for some encouragement, he'll do it. He's not one of those that's gonna say, listen, man, go on. He will encourage you. So if you need encouragement or you just want somebody to sing somewhere,
I got you. Hit my line.
yes, give us the
But,
info.
you can definitely follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just go on Google and just type in Shun Hendrix. But you spell it SHUNHENDRIX. No relation to Jimmy. Again, SHU. I'm talking about UN. Last name Hendrix, HENDRIX. And thank you so much for allowing me to speak on your platform.
I love it. I love you.
Great time.
Tell everybody I say
you.
hey and bring the Miss Lady.
Come on,
Thank
you want to?
Yeah, bring her on. This family, bring her on. Come on. I want to see who this is. Bring her on. We're family.
Most definitely. I love you, Miss Simmons.
Okay. I will talk to you later. Peace.
Bless. Peace.
Bye.